up? What's up? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. Let's just jump right into it. Now, I know there's a lot of people wondering, and there's actually been some people that have asked me this question multiple times, even before this, before Russell Westbrook, the whole problematic year that he's having and everything. If he's still my guy, absolutely. Russ is still my guy, regardless of what you see at the press conference, him, breaking down, regardless of, all the turnovers and erratic play that he's done, regardless of, uh, you know, how much of a point guard that you think he isn't, regardless of, what type of IQ that you think that he doesn't possess, regardless of how many skirts and dresses and purses and stuff like that, even though I don't agree with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's still my guy at the end of the day for basketball reasons. Now, all the stuff that I named about him are not the reasons that I fucked with Russell Westbrook. You know? One of the reasons why, what you don't know, one of the reasons why I have Giannis as, let me take it even further than that. One of the reasons why I had Dwayne Wade as as one of my favorite players at one point in time was because of his tenacity on both ends of the floor. And of course, Dwayne Wade was a lot more skilled than Russell Westbrook, of course. And then also, when it comes to a guy like Giannis, the reason why I got Giannis, there's reasons why I have players up there. You know what I'm saying? Because Giannis is capable of showing you that he can come back every single year and add to his game and get better in an aspect that he's weak in. Now, has Westbrook done that? To a degree, he has. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, is he the lights out shooter that we had hoped him to be? And, improves his jumper to the capacity that we wanted him to? No, maybe not. But you go look at his shooting when he first came into the league up until now. I can guarantee you'll sit up here and you'll say, okay, well, Russ at least has made some sort of effort, you know. Hey, what's up with it, Jacob? I see you in the building. Now, last night, man, everybody, talking about. Shout out to the homie Ticket too. He talked about this. When it comes to the press conference and players getting emotional, stuff like that. Look, this isn't anything new. Players breaking down, listen. If you see a player breaking down like that, it really shouldn't concern you. You should actually like something like that because at least he's passionate enough to cry. I had a guy, man, one time, man, when I was playing on my team, this guy would cry when he would lose. You know what I'm saying? And see, you might look at that and you might be like, why is that football player crying? Or why is that basketball player crying or something like that? They're not necessarily crying because they're weak, probably. You know what I'm saying? They're crying because they love the game so much that it hurts them and it infuriates them to a point where that you can't do anything but cry, you know what I'm saying? Because of the emotion and everything that they put into the game, they felt like it's not working or whatever. And also, you also got to realize that, man, let's just be honest, okay? It's not easy playing with LeBron, much less even playing in Lakerland. You know what I'm saying? But this is where I part ways with Russ. Okay, look, you already got the tears out of the way, man. You broke down. You you're upset and all that other stuff. Now the only thing you can do is just capitalize off of the bullshit that people are saying that you can't do. Hey, look, we know that everybody's calling you a juggernaut, a turnover juggernaut, right? People are calling you out of control. People calling you this and people calling you that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is where Giannis comes in, right? Giannis was airballing free throws. Giannis was airballing three pointers. Giannis was taking ill-advised shots, when he wasn't supposed to. Giannis was uh, doing, people were questioning why are you shooting? You can't got a jumper, ain't got this, ain't got that. Guess what? Giannis, it didn't bother him. He said, I'm gonna keep on shooting, and I'm gonna keep coming with it. Now, Russell Westbrook has to understand, man, that uh, he's not he's not getting any. He's not younger. He ain't no spring chicken like what he used to be. Is he athletic to the point where you jump out of your chair and stuff like that? Is he John Morant like that? No. But that's because, man, and listen, I say this again, man. Had it not been for Patrick Beverly and that injury that he suffered, Russell Westbrook athleticism wouldn't have been in decline like it is. Now when it comes to like a regular player in the gym or something like that, somebody coming out here just for rec or something like that, yeah, of course he's gonna out jump them, you know. But really, honestly, that shouldn't really be his focus right now. His whole focus, as I've said before, is aside from the offensive intangibles, like the shooting and driving to the basket, all that other stuff. That shouldn't even be your focus. Your focus should be, making sure that you surveying the guy that's coming at you, being able to read defensively, being able to get hustle down for loose balls, grabbing a rebound. And I'm not talking about taking it away from your teammates or nothing like that, but just getting a rebound. And even if you don't even really need to handle the ball, as long as you're sprinting up the court and just making that extra pass, little stuff like that. We're not looking for you to climb the ceiling, man, to get an alley oop anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to do that anymore. Because you got other guys. If you go back and you go look at that game yesterday, Jacob Jennings, when the Lakers played Memphis, when LeBron had got off the floor, guess what ended up happening? When they were down by, I think it was 20, 28, 29 points, they brought it back all the way damn near to 6 or 7 points. So we got to stop with okay, man, the Lakers are bad. Look, they're not terribly bad. The offense ain't the problem. It goes back to defense. And you being one of the leaders on the squad, you being one of the oldest on there, being the alpha on there, you should lead the charge. You have to have that Kobe mentality and say, okay, hey, look, fuck this. Like Kobe said on the U.S. Olympic team in Beijing, he said, look, I'm not worried about fucking scoring. He's like, look, if you need me to score, holla at me. But right now, my whole focus is defense. If guys see you if the younger guys see you doing that or whatever, that's going to make them play even harder. I mean, for Christ's sake, you got Stanley Johnson and you got Malik Monk in the post playing defense. That should tell you something. That should tell you, okay, these guys, man, they got heart and everything like that. Listen, everybody wants to talk about Taylor Horton Tucker is the defender on that squad and everything. No, it's not. And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I said it before. It is Malik Monk. It's Malik Monk. He's the defender on there. Stanley Johnson, he's the defender on there. Even Reeves, he's the defender on there. You said nope. Giannis is steady improving his game. I said that. I never said that he wasn't. I said that Giannis doesn't. Oh, okay. I think okay. I was probably asking a hypothetical to Jacob. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You were responding to that. What's up with it, God MC? I see you in the building. Now, yeah, you don't see him making any excuses or anything like that. And listen, they were trolling Giannis. They were trolling him at the listen, just like okay, it's the same scenario, right? I try to bring logic to it, right? Okay, look, they troll Russell Westbrook because they know it's easy for them to get in his head. They heckle him. They talk shit to him because he gets infuriated and he lets little stuff get to him, right? Well, they tried to do the same thing to Giannis, trolling him at the free throw line, trolling him online, and guess what? He said it doesn't bother him. He's still gonna shoot it. See, that's the old school mentality that a lot of these guys don't even have. Listen, last night when I was looking at Klay Thompson. See, a lot of y'all look at Klay Thompson as like a new age type of player. Klay Thompson is more old school than what you think. He's more old school than what you think. Cause think about it. He lets his game do the talking. He lets his game do the talking, and he doesn't mind doing the stuff that doesn't really get the necessary attention, the intangibles and stuff like that. He doesn't mind fulfilling it. I'm talking about when Klay was, pre-injury Klay and everything. You know what I'm saying? Now, he put up 17 last night. Yeah, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But we got to see how he progresses and everything. But that's why I said there's no Bay without Klay. You understand what I'm saying? You won't have to. You take away Klay from them Warriors team, you ain't gonna have no championship. But yeah, what's up with it? What's up with it, Memphis? I see you in the building. If Russ moved to shooting guard and had a pass first mentality easier, the old. Well, the thing about it is when you set in your ways, it's going to be hard to break that cycle. But you know what though? I don't give that excuse. You know why? Because Jason Kidd could not shoot. Jacob Jennings know what I'm talking about, and Memphis know what I'm talking about. Jason Kidd, he wasn't a shooter when he came into the league, but guess what? He continuously worked on his shot, and got better towards the end. Look at Rasheed Wallace, okay? Rasheed Wallace started figuring out, okay, man, all this banging in the post, my feet getting taken out, you know what I'm saying? Knees buckling and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It's only so much I'm going to just be able to do. Guess what? He started to do it. Extend his game to the outside. Cliff Robinson, God rest his soul, started to take his game out to the exterior because he started to figure out, okay, look, I got other ways, that I'm able to score. You know what I'm saying? even a lot of people don't really look at this, but even Sean Kemp. Now he wasn't shooting no 3 pointers and none of that, but Sean Kemp, when he went to the finals, that year with Gary Payton, Sean Kemp shot the ball a lot more than what you might think. But what I'm saying is, my point is that you got to find other avenues, and we know that his athleticism is on the decline. It happens to every player. It happens to every player. LeBron, even now you see him more getting into the post. He's figuring out, okay, look, I got to play center, play the center position. You know what I'm saying? It's even with Michael Jordan. He started. I hated when Michael Jordan turned back to the basket at first. But see, I had people that were older than me and wiser that understood the game, and they said, no, he's doing that because his athleticism, he can't, him jumping out the building, skying out of the building all the time and stuff like that, you're going to end up fucking around, ending up, messing up your joints, and you're not going to be able to do anything, and then you're not going to have nothing to rely on. It's the same thing, what happened with D Wade. Now, luckily, D Wade was skilled enough to have a jumper and everything like that. But when you play a reckless style of basketball, like a Derrick Rose, like a D Wade, like a Russell Westbrook, guys like that, you know what I'm saying, sacrificing their body. Yeah, it's exciting to watch, but it's not exciting for you. Even AI, it's not exciting for them because they got to get up in the morning and they got to deal with that. So over time, that takes a toll on your body. And Russell Westbrook is not the type to miss games. He didn't miss a game up until that Patrick Beverly injury. He had never missed a game in his career. And then, of course, he started having injuries here and there. No excuses, right? It's just right. Yeah. Hey, and Jacob, and God MC, and Memphis. Everybody talks about how, oh yeah, well, such and such could play in the '90s. Such and such could have played in the '80s. Russell Westbrook, like, if you go back and you go look at the pace that they were playing, really, honestly, that's how you was supposed to play. Listen, Byron Scott played a style like that, that was up and down, up and down, up and down, and stuff like that. Now, Byron Scott did have he had some sense of control and everything. Of course, you're gonna have to have some sense of control, especially if you're playing alongside Magic, Worthy, and guys like that, Kareem and all them. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have some sort of sense of control. But the thing about it is that um, everybody always talks about how, like, the pace was much all slow and all that other stuff back in the day. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, because then how was Will Chamberlain able to get 55 rebounds? But nobody talks about it. Everybody just thinks like these guys, like when they look at a guy like Houdini or Bob Cousy and all these other guys like Curly Neal sliding on the floor and all that other stuff, they think that these guys were like super slow. Listen, I know that pace was not slow, because I'm pretty sure Jacob and Memphis and God MC, I don't know how old you are, but I know from my experience, like when I was 12 years old, I was playing against guys that were like And I'm 12, and these guys are in their 40s, in their 30s, and stuff like that. And when I'm playing against them, I'm feeling like, damn, there's no possible way that I'm gonna be able to get this ball up past half court. You know what I'm saying? And you got to think, okay, I'm like, I'm like a kid during that time, so they're picking me up. I'm not realizing, but when I'm young, I'm thinking like, oh damn, I'm never gonna go anywhere. I didn't realize until I got older and until I started to realize these guys were picking me up 94 feet. And that's how they were gonna pick it. These guys were gonna play you and pick you up 94 feet. Like that's why like a lot of people trip out why I watch college basketball. I watch college basketball. If you go back and you look at how Russell Westbrook played in college, you'll understand that coaches actually love the way that a Russell Westbrook played because it's like, okay, he's super athletic, he hustles, he plays hard, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna, they got a good chance of winning. You know what I'm saying? Because when he played with Kevin Love that year, and of course Darren Collison, they had a chance to win it. But that's what UCLA, the Bruins, are known for. If you even going all the way back to when they won the championship that year with the O'Bannon brothers, Toby Bailey, who could jump out of the gym, uh, Tyus Edney. Tyus Edney was athletic too. I don't think people realize that too. Then let's take it back. Let's also talk about, of course, you always got to talk about Baron Davis, jump out of the gym. Super quick. He wasn't really super fast, but he was like highly athletic. Guys like that were like superior, like had superior athleticism. Even Lonzo Ball. Listen, I know Lonzo Ball. He done got a bad rap, but people got to realize that Lonzo Ball was athletic too, though, and he's fast too. A lot of people think that Lonzo Ball is just slow or something like that. Now, Lonzo Ball. Sometimes they say he played a little bit too fast. That was that, man. That was that. That was that. Hey, that was that team, man. The O'Bannon brothers, man. Like, hey, that was a real fun team to watch. But I mean, to get back to Russ and everything, he's still my guy. But see, you have people, man, that take things so personal, right? Like let's say you talking around some people or whatever, and they be like, oh man, I can't stand that nigga Russ, but da 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 and all this other stuff. Okay, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but you can't sit up there and be like, okay, yeah, oh man, Russ, man, he dynamic, 1 minute, and then the next minute, then you're gonna sit up there and then you're gonna say, okay, well, it's time for Russ is trash and Russ is this and Russ is that. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't no knock on anybody. I'm just saying you can't be like that towards anybody. But like the difference between me and a lot of other people, Jacob and Memphis and God MC is I'm objective. I've always been objective with Russell Westbrook. And listen, him coming off the bench, it will help, but that's not the end all be all to your problem. Listen, because at the end of the day, you still have to go out there and defend. Whether you put Russ on the bench, whether you have AD, you trade away AD, all this other stuff, You still have to have guys that play defense. It don't have anything to do with, oh yeah, well, you know what, we need to get rid of this player, get rid of that player, and everything like that, because you still got to have continuity and chemistry. So I don't understand why they always come with this notion that, okay, yeah, we got to get rid of this player, we got to get rid of that player, and everything like that. You see what happened with Bazemore? Okay, yeah, they got it a little better, but you know, you still got guys out there that are not on one accord. Now, the one thing that I will give Shannon this, I disagreed with him earlier today when he was captain for LeBron. I will say this though, the point that he said, he made a reference that a lot of the guys on the team weren't known as defenders, and I think he brought up Melo and a few other guys. Well, I got to give him credit on that a little bit, because okay, yes, if you got a guy that's really not known for playing both ends of the floor, and then you asking him in year 19, year 16, 17, stuff like that, to play defense, then it's unrealistic. You have unrealistic. You're placing unrealistic expectations upon that player to think that you're going to get the reward out of that. You know, don't expect Melo to be this lockdown defender at year 19. Yeah, he gonna make an effort. I'm not gonna get mad at Melo for that, but he gonna try to focus on what he does, because Melo was his whole role was to be the superstar of the team and to be that scorer, pretty much, and get the ball in his hands when needed to be. Love your channel. You truly love someone, you do lie for them. You keep it objective. Well, yeah, man. I look, man. Jacob knows. Jacob in Memphis, man. They know, like, as far as Mayweather, I can't stand his personality. I can't stand that motherfucker. But I argue this with Jacob all the time. But you can't cap about something like this, right? That Mayweather, when it's all said and done, he's that superior that a lot of people want to be like, you know. And I would be sitting up in here lying to myself to say, okay, yeah, damn, him training Anthony Joshua is not a great thing for Anthony Joshua. I put to you like this: if my son ever wanted to box, oh, I'm not thinking about anybody except McCall or Mayweather. Those are the only people that in my mind that I'm gonna take him to. Why? Because in my eyes, to me, their regimens are the best, and in order to be the best, you have to train with the best, and you also have to beat the best too as well. And who better than to pick the brain of than the best? Now, some people argue if Mayweather is the best ever and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if you really go back and you go look at it, man, and look, the only reason they're gonna bring that up too is because about the picking and the choosing, But everybody has a right to their own chessboard. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be able to break something like that down. But I'm not gonna go down that road. But basically, what I'm saying is that I don't I don't like being subjective with everything. I think it's stupid. And to me, man, it makes it makes your channel look so fucking one dimensional. Like, if you don't like this player, like I love Dame Lillard, right? but it's unrealistic that this guy is going to win a championship. It's very unrealistic. Why? Because as much shit as they put on Russell Westbrook about not being able to work on his game and all this other stuff, well, guess what? Dame Lillard never got better as far as being a defender. He never got better in terms of making his teammates better. You know, he can't defend in the pick and roll, and then on top of that, he wants to still play hero ball up until this day. Now, Chauncey is trying to instill that into him, but it's unrealistic that Dame Lillard is going to win a championship. It's unrealistic. You know, for him to transform his game like a Chris Paul, it's unrealistic. So that's just one example. And I hate when people they put all these types of uh, unrealistic expectations on some of these players and stuff. Listen, Russell Westbrook is diehard as I am Russell Westbrook. I know that he won't continue to be successful, or he won't be successful unless he makes some adjustments in this year and really sits down and has a soul searching talk with himself to say, okay, look, I'm not the same player that I once was, okay, or I'm not the same athletic wise. These are some of the things that I might need to do, and you're gonna have to swallow your pride and do what's necessary. There are many great players, man, that have came off the bench. They swallowed their pride and they've been able to do that. You know, they've been able to swallow their pride and say, you know what, I'm my role is suited better for this role right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to go in the course of history and name some of those players, but you know who they are. You know, it's nothing wrong. A lot of people they look at the bench as, you know, they look at the bench as such a downgrade, but in essence, you have to look at it like, okay, it's really more of an upgrade, because if you think about it, it's not who it's not who starts, it's who finishes the game. And look at what Lou Williams has been able to accomplish. And everybody knows Lou Williams as that guy, as that instant offense, as that that microwave, or at least at one time they did. You know, we gotta stop saying, okay, yeah, man, if you go to the bench, he's trash or something like that. That's not necessarily true, because he could go to the bench and actually, he could actually like that role better, and then next thing you know, I'm not saying that's going to be the whole answer, because really the whole answer is just uh, defensively playing defensive collectively. That's what the answer is. And more importantly, though, it doesn't have to be perfect, man. But like, did you see last night, man, when Cleveland was playing Golden State? At least they were giving an effort. Like Golden State was scoring. Guess what? I remember in particular, like a guy, his name was Stevens, last name Stevens, would immediately come back, bam, score and one. You know what I'm saying? And they might have been down a few points or whatever. It's because they're like, okay, well, we're not trying to let these motherfuckers get away from me. You know what I'm saying? That type of effort, man. Not no, okay, well, you know what? And then you got three guys waiting for the ball, waiting to handle the rock. Nah, you need to sprint your ass back up down the court. I don't know. I just understand. I understand the game differently. Yeah, you don't know that though. How do you know that? Don't forget, he came off the bench when he played in the Olympics, and guess who praised him? Kobe praised him. Melo praised him. Melo came off the bench too in the Olympics, uh, and Krzyzewski praised him. So you can't sit there and just automatically make the assumption that he's going to play the same way. It's just like with Sean Livingston. Nobody ever thought that he would play again, and guess what? He was a big he was a big piece to those championships with the Warriors. And he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same. Athletic wise and all that because of that gruesome injury he suffered. You can't automatically. But see, that's the perception. That's the perception that you have of him. It's so bad that you're so quick to automatically be like, you know what? Nah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Um, because guess what? And I know this probably gonna hurt your feelings, man. I know you probably gonna be like, oh man, you know what? I don't ever want to mess with his channel no more and all that. Hey, I understand that, but listen, Russell Westbrook is not the sole problem of what's going on with the Lakers. I hate to tell you that. What's up with it, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. I hate to burst your bubble. I hate to tell you the truth, man, but this is not all Russell Westbrook's fault. And guess what? Guess what? While you sitting here saying that oh he's gonna do the same thing, right? Guess what? Who you think asked Russell Westbrook to come here? Who you think said came to the defense of Russell Westbrook? LeBron James. Okay, this team was constructed by them, so I don't want to hear none of this. Oh yeah, well he's gonna do the same thing. Was Kenneth Bazemore? Was he gonna do the same thing? Because Kenneth Bazemore was starting, and his plus or minus was very horrible. Russell Westbrook was plus or minus wasn't that horrible. Go back and look at it. But see, that's the see the media has a psychological edge on some people. Oh, he's 50. Okay, he's 50% of the problem, right? um, was he 50% of the problem when he didn't have any turnovers? Was he 50% of the problem when they won four straight up until this game? Oh, wait a minute though. Wait a minute. Well, hey, I got an even better one for you. Hey, LeBron, was he 50% of the problem when he lost the ball at the end of the game and made an ill-advised pass? Oh, but that was Westbrook's fault, huh? No, I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going for you too. What was he 50% of the problem? Um, because last time I checked, LeBron had a minus 30. Is that 50% of the problem? Is that 50% of the problem? I need to know. You full of shit. You could tell he's just doing that because he doesn't like him. But Gary, hey, I can guarantee you, is he 50% of the problem? Hey, is AD playing? Okay, so how is Westbrook 50% of the problem when 100% of AD is not there? I mean, he's there in street clothes. That's 100%. I mean, he probably got 100% discount off of the clothing stores and everything. But I guarantee you, you're gonna get 100% discount off of lids like Shannon Sharp for the cap that you have displayed today. So what you got to understand what you're saying. You're saying 50% of Russell Westbrook is the problem. 50% of this and 50% of that. Is if he's so 50% of the problem, then how come all of these players that you're not mentioning? How come they're barely getting on the floor and playing? Well, you know why? Because they're not durable. Kendrick Nunn, has he played a game this season? Oh, he's flat out trash. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, if that's your opinion, but he's in the NBA 75 though, right? For a reason. We don't know. And I know that the probably the only reason that you're saying that is probably because you probably like a player that's popular, and as soon as they go on decline, then you don't have anybody else to rely upon. But you can say what you want. Hey, you can't take anything away that this man has done. But go name the other players on that team right now who can actually lead a team. Do you think that Kenneth Bazemore could lead a team? No. AD has tried to lead a team. Honestly, it did not work. Okay, and then also you talk about all this stuff about Westbrook being 50% of the problem, right? 50% of the problem. Okay, Westbrook is one guy. Okay, Westbrook is one guy. It takes a collective effort to play defense. It's not just Russell Westbrook. Everybody else has to play defense too. So y'all are sitting up there saying, "Oh yeah, well it's Westbrook ball, it's Westbrook fault." Of course he's going to be the fall guy. He's going to be the fall guy. But you forget that this guy is a human being. Oh, but when LeBron makes a mistake, you never talk about that, do you? You never talk about the fact that he's out there just getting meaningless stats. I mean, they might mean something in the end when he catches Kareem and all that, but in terms of equating the wins, it doesn't equate to anything. But then when you took them off the floor, guess what? They went from 29 points to damn near 6 or 7 points, right? Okay, you sound like a Lakers fan. Okay, listen, you get rid of AD, you get rid of AD, and you get rid of Bazemore. Okay, Jay, hold on, True Viking Queen. Hold on, I got you, Queen. You get rid of AD. Who you gonna bring in? You get rid of AD. Who you gonna bring in? Because the whole time everybody been saying get rid of AD, Westbrook. There was some rumblings about getting rid of Rondo, and they've already gotten rid of Rondo. Now, if you notice, Rondo's been actually playing a little bit more and everything, but Rondo's still not the same. Rondo is injury prone too as well. But who are you gonna bring in? And I'm asking you that for a reason. Okay, you're gonna need a guy that's durable, right? You need a guy. Okay, as much trash as they might talk about some of these other bigs or whatnot, at least those guys are durable. Listen, I'll bring in a guy if I can, if the powers to be. I've always said Cat, a guy like Cat, um, Carl Anthony Towns. I said that from the get go, right? Then on top of that, uh, if you're not gonna get a quality big, and you talk about Bazemore, I'm gonna get somebody like that mentality that Stanley Johnson has right there, a defensive guy on the wing that can cover multiple positions, including the post too. Like a Thibault, like a Cam Johnson, like Thibault on my squad. You know, uh, I know some people they listen. They might disagree with me on something like this. I like Bobo, and he just signed on. He got acquired by Detroit, right? Bobo would be actually a good fit for the Lakers. You know why? Because Bobo can play multiple positions. His only problem is that he hasn't had that much experience. You get a guy like a Bobo that's long and lanky like that, but can also defend too as well. But see, some people are going to be like, "Oh, Polo, you on camp?" When I say that, but the thing about it is you haven't seen him enough to really watch him and truly get the value out of him. So the more that he plays, like look at Reeves right now. Look at Reeves, Austin Reeves. That guy right there, man, he playing better than some of y'all. Austin Reeves and Malik Monk are playing better than a lot of your roster. I know that's what I was saying. Okay, you said the Lakers roster is terrible, but y'all are still winning. Memphis, I'm gonna drop. Hey, I'm gonna go live in just a second. Let my battery get up for a little bit. Oh, we gonna continue this. Oh, we gonna continue this. You sitting up in here talking about the Lakers roster is trash. No, it's just that y'all aren't putting forth the effort. Y'all wasn't trash when y'all won four straight. So I don't want to hear them excuses, man. The Cavs don't have no superstars. Memphis didn't even have some of their main players. Memphis, they didn't have Steven Adams. What's his name out with a foot injury? Ja Morant didn't even score over 20. Come on, man. I'll get at y'all later.